Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are going to be starting our project Fruit Face. Today we're going to complete the following steps to practice using the Move tool and Quick Selection tool to create this wonderful fruit face. So first things first, step one, let's click our file or a link here to download our file. Once this comes up, we're going to click our download. Once that downloads, we should see it right down here in the bottom of our Chrome tab. If you don't see it down here, don't worry. Chances are you can find it in your Finder under your downloads here. Once we've downloaded our file, let's go ahead and just drag that to our desktop. Once we have it on our desktop, let's go ahead and double click that Fruit Face PSD file to open it up. Now, as we can see, we have a ton of layers over here. Let's just go ahead and start hiding these by clicking our little eyeball so we can just get down to the bottom. And then let's go ahead. I missed my left eyebrow. Let's go ahead and once we've hidden all of them except our background layer, let's bring back our left eye. So right now you should have your left eye orange and your background layer shown. Now what we're going to do, and this is the same process for each of your different layer, is we're going to grab our quick selection tool, which is the fourth tool down. If you don't see your quick selection tool, you might see your object selection tool, which looks something like this. You want to be sure that you have your quick selection tool. You can get there by clicking and holding that tool and then selecting the quick selection tool, which should look like a paintbrush with some dotted lines around it. Now we want to start by zooming in by hitting Command plus and zooming in, and we're going to hold spacebar to get our little hand and click drag so we can get our orange nice and close. Now the closer you are, the easier it's going to be to make your selection. Now from here, you want to be sure that before you make your selection that your tool, your quick selection tool, is on this plus here. And now we want to make sure that we have our left eye orange slice selected. And now what we can do is go ahead and select that orange slice. Now, the closer you are to this, the better your selection is going to be. So if you're super far away, you might not get a great selection. Once you have your selection tool made, we'll go ahead and hit Command minus. Now what we're going to do is just hit V on our keyboard, and we can go ahead and just drag that little fruit slice right over on top of our gourd there. Now, once we've clicked and dragged our slice over there, we'll go ahead and deselect this by hitting Command and D. And now what we're going to do is lock that left eye layer so we don't end up moving it around. And now we're going to move to our right eye. So we'll click that right eye there. We'll unhide that slice by clicking the eyeball. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab that quick selection tool. We're going to zoom in with Command plus. And then we're going to select that inside of the orange there. Now be sure that you have the right layer selected. So if I were to have my left pupil layer selected, and then if I were to try and move this later, it's going to say that I can't move it because the selection area is empty. That's because we're on the wrong layer. So you want to be sure that before you move anything, you have the right layer selected. We'll zoom out, hit V as in Victor on our keyboard, and click, hold, and drag that other orange slice over for the second eye. Then we're going to hit Command D as in Derek to deselect, and then we'll lock that right pupil so we don't, or right eye, so we don't have to worry about messing it up. So you're going to do the same process for the rest of your other layers. You're just going to click your eyeball, make your selection, use your move tool, drag it over, and then deselect, lock, and move on to the next one. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to save and submit.